Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. I heard today's guest do 1 minute of stand-up at a show in LA. She was so funny that I knew I wanted to get her on the podcast. At 78 years old, she is making history for being the oldest comedian to be on the show, or guest for that matter. It's comedian Pat Griffin. How you doing?
Well, I just rushed over from the senior center. The seniors in the comics all walk around asking the same question. How much time do I have? The biggie. Go ahead, ask anything.
Well, we were setting up the interview. You mentioned that you were waiting for your car to be fixed before you could talk to me. What happened to your car?
Well, Bambi killed my Volvo.
Oh.
I was in the dark of night to the left of Livermore, California. This deer flew out of the bushes into my headlights. Bam! Onto my car.
Wow.
That's why they call her Bambi. But why? Why'd she do it? She missed the safety committee meeting. She went to the stag party instead. That's where she met Buck. And Buck and Bambi decided to play chicken. So they were running in the forest. They were running until they got to the road, and the Buck stopped here. Bambi passed the Buck. My car was coming. Bambi! They jammed into the... Anyway.
Wow.
It's sad. Now I have to explain it to my husband. What? Anyway, did you have another question?
Well, I mentioned earlier that I heard you at a stand-up show. Another person who was on that show was a recent guest, Nicole Tran. Turns out you two are friends.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how I was able to get in touch with you. How did you guys become friends?
Well, we met in Toastmasters, if you can believe it. And we'd recently had a stand-up comic come to our group. So he introduced me to stand-up, and I introduced Nicole to stand-up. And down at Tommy T's in Pleasanton. And that's a place where you can go and do open mic. It's a good venue. And anyway, we just recently spent a week in L.A., and that's where we did the Kill Tony show. It was an amazing week. And I have to say, Nicole did not complain. I drove the car because my name was on the rented car, and she was the one who could see. So she was the navigator. And she did not complain at all about it. She didn't complain about my snoring. We had a little Airbnb apartment.
Oh, okay. That wasn't while you were driving then.
No.
Okay.
That's not Cousin Bing Bing.
You may want her to complain about your snoring if you're driving.
That's right. Cousin Bing Bing's the one who does the two at the same time. But anyway, she's a great traveler. We went down on the Vietnamese bus from San Jose to LA. And that was an adventure in itself. You know, for very little money, they will give you a baguette sandwich. It's very good. And there's my tea. They will get a baguette sandwich and a water within the price. And you do not stop for a bathroom.
Okay, are you there?
I'm here.
Here. I am so sorry.
I'm here. I talked to you for about 5 minutes when I realized you weren't there anymore, and this is actually pretty normal these days. It's something that happens.
All right. Well,
I don't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to let everybody know that I lost power here, and that's why the interview got cut off there for a second. But we are back now, thankfully. All right, Pat, I like to do a segment on the show called A Question from My Last Guest, where I ask my current guest a question from my last guest, but my last guest asks the question without knowing who my next guest will be. The question can be silly or serious. Are you ready to answer a question from my last guest?
Okay.
All right, you have a choice. 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups, or 200 push-ups and 200 sit-ups, or 15 minutes of stretching. You have to do it Monday through Friday, Christmas week. What is your choice? 100, 200, or 15 minutes of stretching?
15 minutes of stretching. And I'll choose what is stretched. I mean, a little qigong here, slowly. None of this push-ups. I couldn't do one. Golly.
That is a lot.
One, it would be hard. It's, that's the thing, is getting up in any direction is very difficult for seniors. Just getting up at all.
When he first asked the question, he started with 100 push-ups and sit-ups, and then he moved on to 200, and I thought, oh, wow. I thought 100 was a lot. I didn't think it was going to increase.
Oh, well, I would thank him for giving an alternative.
Very true.
Without that, what would I do? So I couldn't pick either one. None of the above. How about that when you go to none of the above, right?
Are you looking forward to Christmas?
Well, actually, I hadn't thought too much about it, although their Santa Claus was at the hardware store the night before Thanksgiving, and I did sit on his lap.
Oh,
but
nice.
I thought, he was there. It was kind of a lonely spot for him that night. And they said they'd take a picture with my phone, so they did. But actually, Christmas, I don't think too much about it. I try to buy little presents for assorted people during the year, but I'm cheap, so I don't spend very much on anybody.
We have a lot in common.
Yes, I'm a cheap grandma, actually. The other grandma buys marvelous things. Tickets to a basketball game in Maui.
Wow.
And for my granddaughter, she bought tickets to a Taylor Swift concert in L.A.
Nice.
Flew my granddaughter to L.A., and I bought my grandson a shirt. It was on sale for $14.99. And, well, anyway, and when I get to the register, they told me that if I start a charge account right there that day, they'd give me $15. So it actually was a real bargain. And it was a profit. So, but if my grandson returns it, then I'm in trouble. So I want the penny. We had fun though. My granddaughter, I just got her in Chinatown in L.A. I got her a little keychain, and it's a lucky pig, hand carved, $4. It's just right. But they love me anyway.
Well, you mentioned earlier telling your husband about the accident. Is he looking forward to Christmas?
Oh, yes. Well, actually, my sweetie fell on his head, and since that day, our home has been a revolving door of caregivers from all over the world, all men, and it's hard on him, but I'm having a good time, actually. I control the pills. So you have to be nice to this lady that you're with, wherever you are, because it can be difficult. But it's, I think Christmas will be lovely, and we'll have a lovely time. You just have to take what you can out of life and enjoy it.
Very true.
So anyway, I don't know what else is going on. Yes, there's lots of shows, and we had such a good time with Nicole in L.A. Coming back on the Vietnamese bus, we just that's what I did. I lost the key to the Airbnb. I was so careful the whole week with that key.
Oh no.
And then I told the people I was going to put it in the lockbox. We were about to leave, and within 5 minutes, I lost that key.
Wow.
So we searched and searched and searched. We were getting to be late. We took the lift to actually it's not a station. It's a curb in Chinatown where you just wait and get on the bus that comes by. that will take you to Little Saigon in San Jose. We get up to Little Saigon though, and we didn't stop at a regular place because there was a police shooting around the corner.
Oh.
I was just worried that my son might be waiting for me there, but fortunately he wasn't. And anyway, it was very confusing because I just woke up and when we got there, and I called my son and said, don't come. There's a shooting. Anyway, nothing was on the news, so I'm wondering whether there were police cars, but I don't know what else happened. Might have been just a rumor, but it was exciting.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you guys had a very exciting last day of the trip there.
Oh, we did. And Nicole is a lot of fun. She's a trooper. She put up with me, and I gave her due. She had the 3 hours in the bathroom every day while I went for a lovely walk. And she is the cleanest person I know. She got me slippers so I wouldn't walk my shoes into the apartment.
Wow.
She's messy, but she's very clean. There's a difference.
I got a question for you that I've been wondering ever since I heard you on Kill Tony. Now that I have you on the show, I have to ask. What's your favorite size picture frame? Are you an 8x10 gal, or do you like something weird and kinky like 4x8s?
Oh, gee whiz. That's a heavy question. I think what was it, a 10x16 or something like that?
Wow.
I think a nice long landscape size, the kind they talk about in the computer. It's sideways. Those things. Those are nice. And then the person is off to one side or something like that. But we've got everything around here, all sizes. Lots of pictures.
Well,
Lots of pictures.
I'd like to play a game with you if you're up for it.
Okay, we'll try.
All right. The game is called Hip Hop Artist or Hippopotamus. I'm going to say the name of a famous hip hop artist or a hippopotamus. When I say the name, if you think it's a hip hop artist, say hip hop artist. If you think it's a hippopotamus, say hippopotamus. If you get all 5 right in 30 seconds, you win a prize. Do you have any questions?
No, it's a bit of a tongue twister. Yeah, I think we can do this. All right.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts right now. 21 Savage.
Hip-hop artist.
Kendrick Lamar.
Hip-hop artist.
French Montana.
Hip-hop artist.
Kanye West.
Hip-hop artist.
Lizzo.
Hippopotamus?
Nope, she's a hip-hop artist.
Okay. Tell her I apologize.
You got them all but one. To be honest, I don't know any famous hippopotamuses. But I do want a hippopotamus for Christmas, and only a hippopotamus will do.
Okay, you want a hippopotamus for Christmas? Do you know that they're related to the common pig?
I had no idea.
And pigs are lucky in Chinatown.
Oh, really?
Yes, that might be nice for you. This is a big pig. Okay, you want a big pig.
Have you ever heard that song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'll look it up.
All right. If you want, maybe on the Christmas episode, you can come back and sing that song for us.
I'll have to look it up. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. All right.
It was great talking to you. Is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Oh, well, I should promote. Well, first of all, anybody who wants to hire me for money, I'm very much in favor of it. I do, birthdays, whatever, and theater stuff, whatever.
That's always
commercial,
nice, huh?
That's all right. Pat Griffin, stand-up comic, and it's, let's see, what else? But I would like to say that Nicole's family have a wonderful restaurant in Chinatown. It's called Gigo's. Gigo''S Cafe and Deli on Broadway.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for being on. I hope to have you back.
It's very nice.
I had a job working as a bank teller. Every day from 9 a.m. to 5. I wore a tie, a jacket, and a smile. Always last to leave and first to arrive. But the bank, it started losing money. There was panic and whispering in the halls. Then they said that I'm to blame, for I played this little game as I counted out my customers' withdrawals. Let's see, that's one for them and one for me, and one for them and one for me, and one for them, then another one for me. One goes out and one stays in, and one's a loss and one's a win, and more for them, well, that just means more for me. One for them and one for me, and one for them and one for me, a good one for them, but a better one for me. One for them and one for me, and one for them and one for me, and one for them and one more for old number one, see? They fired me for that. Well, I'll never step foot in that place again. And you can take that to the bank. Moving on. I spent a summer working as an orderly at a mental institution by the lake. The patients were impatient and disorderly. Their brains had taken more than they could take. I treated them with kindness and compassion. I took them out for walks among the hills. Oh, the job was going great, till one day the nurse was late, and they asked me, could you please pass out the pills? And I said, one for them, and one for me, and one for them, and one for me, and one for them, and oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, one for them, and one for me, a red for them, a red for me, a blue for them, a blue for you-know-who. One goes out and one stays near, and one for there, and one for here, and one for you, and you, so two for me. Three for them, and three for me, and four for them, and four for me, and five for them, and five for me, and six for them, and six for me, and seven for them, seven for me, and eight for them, and eight for me. Nine pills. Nine pills. Look at my hands. They're going crazy. Where was I? Seriously, I don't know where I was. Wherever it was, I'm sure I'm not allowed back. Moving on. All the food in my home has been eaten. There's broken toys and diapers everywhere. The halls are full of muddy little footprints, and a full second of silence is rare. Little hands, they root through my belongings. My home's the site of a full invasion, see? The place is crawling with babies because a friend suggested maybe you could work at that adoption agency. And it's been one for them and one for me, and one for them and one for me, and one for them that I end up liking and I keep it. One for them and one for me, a he for them, a he for me, a she for them, another she for me. One for them and one for me, an inch for them, an inch for me, I give 2,000 pounds, I keep a ton. One for them and one for me, and one for them, then one for me, then two for them, because remember I owe them one. Life is all about balance, kids. No, don't balance on that. No, put that down. Give me a...
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
This is Anthony Scaramucci, former White House Director of Communications and also a podcaster with Mrs. Mooch on Mooch and the Misses. You are listening to We Don't Have Cookies.
I am back, and the person you just heard will be returning to the podcast next week. But joining me right now is the podcast official weatherman, Frankie MacDonald. Frankie, what will the weather be like this week starting Monday?
Going to be lots of rain in New York City and places like that. It's going to bring lots of snow in western Massachusetts. There's a big storm going on right now. It's going to hit Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont with a lot of snow. And Typhoon Kimmery headed towards Philippines on Tuesday. The winds may go up to 150 miles per hour.
Wow. What can people in Ohio and New York and California expect as far as weather goes?
That means more rain for California this week because another cold here headed all the way down to Los Angeles. Palmdale had a snow last week.
Well, Frankie, I know that you're into astronomy, and every week on the show, I go over upcoming strange holidays for the week. Last one of the holidays was Red Planet Day. Did you celebrate that?
No.
Do you have any idea what Red Planet Day is? I'm assuming it probably... that was what I was going to say. I think it has something to do with Mars, but I wasn't really sure.
And Black Friday, people fighting over stuff. Cyber Monday start tomorrow in the state.
Is there anything that you're looking to buy on Cyber Monday?
On Cyber Monday is on a lot of people will be shopping online for Christmas and things like that. And the weather's been going to get really bad in the Philippines this week. That means and you made a mistake. You should put in 1 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time instead of 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. You made a mistake that time. I see the Twitter message. And you misunderstood that you apologize.
No, you're very right. I am really sorry for calling so early, Frankie. I messed up. You're right. Is there anything that you would like to promote before you go?
My book is Be Prepared, a Frank Bell Guide to Life, Weather, and Everything. People get to my Amazon. It's written by Sarah Soller. She's the person who wrote my book. It took a while to write my book. It was Nimbus Publishing. Tara Lee, the general manager of Nimbus Publishing, contacted me in 2016.
What was the process like writing your book?
It took a lot of process. I wrote over 1,000-word essay in
Wow.
December 2016.
That's a
They
lot.
had to interview my family and things like that for my book.
Really? How many of your family members are in the book?
Quite a few of them. And interview my teacher's aide, things like that, and my past life and weathers and things like that.
Nice.
It's the weather, things like that, in different places.
Okay.
It has the coldest temperatures, warmest temperatures, things like that, and biggest hailstone ever.
All right, Frankie. Well, I appreciate you being on. Is there anything you want to promote before you go?
My bobbleheads are on National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame. When you press the button, my bobblehead talks. You should get a talking Frankie MacDonald bobblehead.
I definitely will. I promise you that for Christmas.
It's on National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame website. You have to get one for your show.
I 100% can guarantee that will happen, Frankie. As always, it was great having you on, Frankie. I hope to have you back next week.
And you have to get a copy of my book.
Yes, I definitely want to read your book. It sounds very interesting.
You can get them on Amazon.com.
All right. What else can we get of yours on Amazon.com?
And did you hear about that? And my book and my bobbleheads are on National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame. People can buy my bobbleheads on Amazon too.
And you still have an action figure out, is that right?
Yes. And did you hear about that? And my T-shirts are on lostcop.com. You can wear Frankie's Be Prepared shirt.
Oh, that sounds awesome, Frankie. I would love to get one of those shirts.
And did you hear about that? Lots of people, quite a few people in the Philippines are starting to watch my videos now.
Really? That would be very good for them, especially with the weather coming their way. Is that right?
Yes.
Is there any advice you would like to give the people in the Philippines right now that are facing
when a typhoon gets really bad, stay indoors. Don't go outside. Stay away from the beaches and don't go near the shores. Have your medical kits, emergency kits, flashlight, candles, extra batteries, crank up radio generators, battery operated electrics, and bottled water ready as well. Because the typhoon's going to be really bad. They could do some damage to buildings and things like that. Make sure your emergency kits and medical kits ready.
All right, Frankie. Well, it was great to talk to you. I hope to have you back next week.
And that means back in 2010, I did a severe earthquake warning for California in September 2010. I got 650,000 views within the week.
Wow.
And I made a Tosh.0 Season 2, Episode 13.
What was it like to be on Tosh.0? That had to be a lot of fun.
It was great. And I just did a video on June 2010, Tosh.0 Season 2, Episode 13. It was on the Comedy Central USA and Comedy Network Canada. I've been interviewed by CBC News in late February 2013 as one of the top 10 news-making stories of 2013.
Wow. And you sent me a message yesterday saying that it had been a certain amount of days since you started your YouTube channel. Do you want to talk about that?
3,094 days ago, I opened up my YouTube channel. I had my other YouTube channel in 2010. I closed it down because I didn't know how to ignore negative comments back then.
I'm sure that you've had a lot of videos since 3,094 days ago. If somebody hasn't heard of you before, what one would you want them to check out first?
God, try to eat 50 hot dogs at once.
That is a classic, Frankie. I do like how you've incorporated doing comedy and dancing videos in with your weather. I think that has really made it an entertaining channel.
My most viewed weather report is major storm that hit South Dakota on Friday, October 4, 2013.
You do a lot of characters on your channel as far as comedy goes. What's one of your favorite ones?
A guy that's being chased by gorillas. That's another one of them. Has over 1 million views.
Wow. That is a lot of views, Frankie. I bet you're really proud of that.
And my most viewed earthquake predictions is massive for earthquake to hit New Zealand anytime soon.
And I think we talked about this before. I was actually having a guest on the show when you made that prediction, and that guest was from New Zealand.
Yes.
Well, Frankie, it was great having you on this week. I hope to have you back next week.
Yes, I'm Frankie MacDonald. You are listening to We Don't Have Cookies.
Have a great day, Frankie.
Have a great day.
As always, support Frankie by buying his stuff on Amazon. And when you do, support the podcast by going to WeDon'tHaveCookies.com and clicking on the Amazon button at the bottom of the page. It will take you straight to Amazon where you can get Frankie's stuff. The prices will stay the same, and I won't see any of your personal information, but I will get a small part of what you spend, and I would definitely appreciate that. A quick heads up, my phone died, so if you're one of the listeners who I usually interact with, I'm not ignoring you, but it'll take a lot longer for me to see your messages or emails until I get a new one. Hopefully that will be happening very soon. I had no idea how dependent I am on that phone. I have all kinds of alarms set and alerts and just all kinds of stuff. So it's a crazy time for me right now. And now it is time for this week's Strange Days. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Monday, December 2nd is Fritters Day, which is good timing because yesterday was Eat a Red Apple Day. So if you have a few apples laying around after yesterday, you can make apple fritters with them. Tuesday is Make a Gift Day. You can celebrate that by going to WeDon'tHaveCookies.com and clicking that Amazon button at the bottom of the page and buying a gift for somebody. Or you can go to the website, go to the bottom of the page and click that donate button. Or you can click the Get Involved tab on my website and look for my Amazon wish list and buy a present for the podcast. All great ideas. Wednesday is Wear Brown Shoes Day. That's an easy one to celebrate. Even if you don't have a pair of brown shoes, just go to the shoe store, try on as many brown shoes as you can while yelling yippee. I'm sure they'll understand. Thursday is Day of the Ninja. I'll be celebrating that with my Ninja coffee maker because my Keurig broke last week, and I'm not happy about that. Between Christmas and expensive things breaking, it's been a very expensive month. Friday is Put on Your Own Shoes Day, which should be very easy to do, and if not, you may want to consult your doctor. Saturday is Letter Writing Day. I'm going to write the alphabet 20 times that day. And finally, Sunday is Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day, which sounds like a lot of fun, but it may get you in a psych ward if you celebrate too hard. I want to thank Pat Griffin for being on the show today, and I'm looking forward to her singing the song I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas on the Christmas episode. I thought everybody knew that song, but maybe it's not as well known as I thought. If you haven't heard it before, you're going to hear it in a few weeks. That episode is shaping up to be a great show. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, please spread the word. That's it for me this week. I'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
You apologize.